Alright, this is Legend of Heroes, Trials in the Sky. You know what's funny? Is that these games that I'm playing this week, that I'm gauging whether you guys want to see me play these types of games or not, they're all pretty much from Xseed. I finished off Corpse Party, that's from Xseed. I played Senran Kagura, that is from Xseed, and this is from Xseed, although this is much earlier than those other games. It's still Xseed. Man, they bring us the good stuff. So, this is Legend of Heroes, Trials in the Sky. Another one of the games that like I said, I'm seeing if you guys like these videos. If you do, if you want to see me continue playing this game, please leave a like. Please leave a comment. I appreciate the feedback, and if it's enough good feedback, I will continue playing the game. This is another RPG that I have never played. I bought the second chapter, which came out because I think I didn't get through this game because I bought it and then I heard that the second chapter was never gonna come out over here, which kind of sucks because I hate playing a game and the series just stops. But thankfully and finally the second chapter came out over here. I purchased it and now I can finally enjoy Legends of Heroes, Trials in the Sky. So, let's jump right in. By the way, this is the PSP version. Daddy's really late. I even got a message from the guild saying he'd be home today, too. And Shara's gone traveling around the kingdom on some kind of training. I'm so bored. Maybe I'll just practice with my staff a bit more before dinner. Hey, I'm home. Daddy! Sorry to have kept you waiting, Estelle. Did you take good care of the house while I was away? Of course. Did you run into any trouble, Daddy? You didn't get hurt fighting the bad monsters, did you? Nope, I'm as fit as a fiddle. That reminds me though, I brought you this pendant. Brought you a present. Really? What kind of present? A new fishing pole? Sneakers? Something for my training? Maybe I raised you wrong, Estelle. Aren't little girls supposed to like clothes and jewelry? I like pretty clothes, but they just get dirty. And jewelry breaks when you go play outside with it on. Anyway, Daddy, what's with the big blanket? Is that my present? Oh, you're a sharp one. Now, why don't you come have a look? What? Well, here you are. Quite a handsome boy, don't you think? Why is my present a boy? Don't make such a fuss or you'll wake him up. Wake him up? You mean he's still alive? Looks kinda dead if you ask me. I've treated his wounds, so he should be in stable condition. In the meantime, however, we'll need to let him rest. I'll put him to bed, so if you wouldn't mind heating a kettle of water on the stove, I'd appreciate it. Okay. This is gonna be another one of the games where I'm gonna have to do a lot of voice acting. He sure sounds sleepy. Or he sleeps soundly. And he almost looks the same age as me. This is the first time I've ever seen black hair like that, too. He certainly does have a nice head of dark hair. And a pair of amber eyes to go with it. That's nice and all, but how about you come clean and fess up? Fess up? Yeah, who is this kid anyway? And why is he hurt? Why did you bring him to our house? Is he an illegitimate child or something? Did you betray Mommy? Where have you been picking up these kinds of words? No doubt from Charizard, I assume. Yep, that's right. For heaven's sake, that girl is going to get me into trouble one of these days with all her nonsense. Actually, I just met this boy while I was out on business, and I don't even know his name. You mean Bracer business? Something like that. Oh, look. Huh? He's waking up. Mm. Wow, his eyes really are the color of amber. Where am I? So you're awake now, are you? Welcome to my humble home. You'll be safe here, so please just try to rest. What are you trying to pull? Huh? You must be out of your mind. Why didn't you just leave me there to die? Why? Now that's a question that I don't know how to answer. Does things just work out that way for you? Don't toy with me, Cassius Bright. Do you have any idea what you're getting yourself involved in? Hey! You sure shouting a lot for someone who's supposed to be hurt. Running your mouth like that is just gonna make it longer for your body to heal. And just who are you supposed to be? I'm Estelle. Estelle Bright. She's my daughter. Don't you remember me telling you that I have a daughter your age? Now that you mention it. Wait a minute. Don't try and change the Ow! Quit yelling. Alright already. But you jumping on me like that isn't going to make me heal any faster either. I don't hear you yelling again, do I? Look, jumping on me like that is just going to make things worse. Do I hear yelling? Never mind, just forget it. As a word of advice, it would be wise not to argue with Estelle while you're in the house. Even I wouldn't stand a chance if I made her mad enough. Yeah, I can see that. By the way, aren't you forgetting something? Huh? Your name. You know, the thing that people call you. I told you mine already, so don't you think it would be unfair and impolite not to tell me yours? It seems the logical thing to do if you ask me. Trying to hide it now would only serve to your detriment. Fine. My name is... Ooh, anime intro, huh? The Legend of Heroes, Trials in the Sky. You know, I gotta say, I enjoy it more when the intro to the game, like the anime intro or whatever, is done right after like the beginning sequence when you start a game. I feel it gets you more hyped up for it. Like, you just watch the story, setting the tone for the rest of the game, and then you watch this cool, intro. I think it sets the tone better. While I do like videos before a game, it's fine. They're cool and all. I think it's more effective when the intro is after the beginning opening sequence. It's so bright in here. Ugh. I slept like a rock. That must mean it's Dad's turn to cook this morning. I wonder if that means Joshua's still in bed. I guess that's a no. Well, I guess I better get myself ready then too. Nice, Joshua. Bravo. Good morning, Estelle. I hope I didn't wake you. Nah, I was already up when I heard you start to play. I can't believe how awake you are, though. Even the roosters still have bags under their eyes. Not that I mind. What with the siren song of yours gently lulling this beautiful woman from her slumber. What do you mean, woman? We're the same age and I'm hardly a man. How wrong you are, Joshua. We may be the same age, but I am clearly the woman of the house. And that makes you something like my loyal follower. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah, how fortunate for you. Anyway, I can't quite put my finger on it, but something seems to be missing from the melody you were playing. Overall, though, it was a great song, cheerful and yet somehow wistful. I like your other songs too, of course, but this one's my favorite. What's it called again? The Whereabouts of Light. That's right, The Whereabouts of Light. I wish I could play the harmonica like you, Joshua. Sadly, it's a lot harder than it looks. Compared to what it takes to use a staff, I think the harmonica is much easier. It's really just a matter of concentrating. You're probably right. I guess my problem is just that if I don't do something that uses my whole body, I start to feel drowsy. Anyway, playing the harmonica is fine and all, but how about getting some exercise too? All your hobbies are sitting around kind of stuff like reading and music. No girls is gonna be impressed with just that. Well, excuse me for being so unpopular with the ladies. Although I feel like I should be the one lecturing you about your hobbies. I mean, what kind of boy wants a girl who loves fishing, collecting bugs, and has a fetish for sports shoes? That's enough talk about my hobbies for now. And for your information, I graduated from bug collecting a long time ago. Really? I believe that when I stopped finding beetles in the hallway. Hey, Estelle, Joshua. Morning, Dad. Good morning, Dad. Is breakfast ready? It's ready and waiting. Why don't you both hurry on down before it gets cold? Okay. I'm on my way. Thanks for the grub, Dad. Boy, am I stuffed. Are you eating or inhaling, Estelle? Like people say, kids who eat and sleep a lot grow a lot. Well, make sure you get enough to eat, but don't forget to pour the energy into work too. That reminds me, you two are finishing up your training at the guild today, aren't you? That's right. It'll be a review of everything we've learned up to this point. And once we're finished, we'll be bracers just like you, Dad. That means I'm not going to let you treat me like a kid anymore either. You still lack understanding, Estelle. You can only become a junior bracer in the beginning, or in other words, a trainee. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you should work extra hard in your training to become a full-fledged bracer. Well, I'm not afraid of a little hard work. Just you watch and see what I'm capable of, Dad. I'll be so successful that I won't be long before I pass you too. That's the spirit. Let's see what you're made of then, shall we? Let's not start a rivalry here, you two. And Estelle, keep your focus on the task at hand. We have a test later on today, remember? Huh? Wait, what test? Please tell me you didn't forget about the test, Estelle. You know, the one that checks whether or not we've mastered the skills we've been learning and training? Don't you remember Shara saying that if we failed, we'd be stuck with a ton of extra homework? Crap, I totally forgot. Now that you mention it, I guess I kind of remember her saying something like that. Don't sweat it, I'm sure we'll manage somehow or other. I honestly don't know how you've survived this long, though. Your brain is like a sieve. Papa is sad. How could any child of mine end up with such a careless, over-optimistic personality? Ha! You're the one that raised me, so I definitely got that from you. I swear the two of you act so much alike, but whatever. We should probably head over to the guild soon, Estelle. Shara's going to be waiting there for us. Sounds like a plan. You know how crazy scary she gets when someone keeps her waiting? Oh, before I forget, it's my turn to cook dinner tonight. Is there anything in particular you would like to eat, Dad? Any requests? Something I like to eat, huh? How about ruined-style scabbed fish in a balsamic vinegar sauce? What's that? I think that's a little more than Estelle's cooking skills can handle, or our stomachs. You're right. I just wanted to see what kind of reaction I could get. I'll just have the usual fried fish and omelet. No need for anything fancy, but do try to make something edible. How rude. But I can't actually say he's wrong. Actually, I did have one favor to ask before you head out. I'd like you to pick me up a copy of the Liberal News from the General's Goods Store. They're supposed to be getting the latest edition in today. Got it. One copy of the Liberal News from the General Goods Store. I received 500 mira. If there's any money left over, you can have it as your allowance. However, that means no wasteful spending. Alright, thanks, Dad. So money in this world is mira. Okay, we're heading out now. See you later, Dad. Work hard and give Charizard my regards. Alright. Let's see what I remember about the controls. There is no camera rotation inside houses. Okay, this is one of the games where I can check stuff and get stuff. Checking the plot. I don't remember. What happens if I go to Mercury? Anything? I don't remember too much about this game. Oh, okay. Just take notes. Okay. So that's north. So let's go. We're in the north part of we're in the northernmost part of the town. Okay. Alright, so we're going this way, going south. Or we're going we're going south. I do like the sprites in this game. They're pretty cool. And I believe there is voice acting in battle in this game. Let's check this out. North Roland, 49 South. South is Gurren Gate, 259 South. That is South. South. Still, Roland City is in the opposite direction. Oh, you're not sleepwalking again, are you? How about you just quiet and keep your comments to yourself? Okay. Alright, so not south. So we gotta go the other way. Maybe check here. Nope. Now, I know this game released on Steam with, I guess, a better wide angle. The version is still good. The city of Roland. And little kids are playing around. Looks like we made good time. Not too early or not too late either. We just barely graduated from Sunday school. I never dreamed we'd have to study so hard to become bracers. Well, you're in luck. Today's our last day of training. Truth be told, though, you're the one who signed up to be a bracer in the first place, so I don't know why you'd expect to get away with any less effort.
Oh yeah, I guess I did. Alright then, let's get to it and make it through this last hazing from Shara.
You look ready to me. Let's go meet Shara at the Bracer Guild over there then. I see colored buildings. I see... Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so the shop, the name appears in front of the door. No, I didn't want to leave. Whoa. Oh, that's weird. I'm pressing left, and it turns the camera that way. That's odd. That's the opposite direction it's supposed to be turning. Let's see, what is this? This is the Elgar Arms and Goods. The Rolling Bracer Guild. Where's the store to get the news for the dad? Let's see. Over here. There's the bar. The Orbital Factory. Whatever that is. That doesn't light up or anything. Okay. It's probably this. So let's go to the goods store first and get that liberal news item.
Top of the morning to you kids. Good morning, Mr. Elgar.
Good morning, sir.
Well, you're up rather early, aren't you? Correct me if I'm wrong, but today is your last day of training, is it?
Oh god, why am I doing this accent? I seem to remember you saying something about it the last time I had you run into the store. Yeah, that's right. I see. Well, I'm sure you'll do just fine, Joshua. Now, still on the other hand, I've got good reason to worry. She's always been a bit scatterbrained ever since she was a child. Probably all the knocks she took on the head while playing with the boys. Really? So I guess that scatterbrained trait isn't something new, huh?
I'll give you a head injury if you don't shut up. And don't call me scatterbrained.
Okay, you two, let's not fight now. You shouldn't be getting shouldn't you be getting over to the guild? Talk. It seems just like yesterday that Estelle was clinging all over Cassius, and now she's a bracer. It looks like I'm getting old. Where is this thing where I can get... Whoops. Oh wait, maybe I have to buy it. I have 500 Mira. I don't want to spend it because I probably have to buy whatever it is that the dad wants. So maybe it's this store. Let's go to the General Goods. He said General Goods, I believe.
Good morning, Mr. Rinnan. Hello there, Estelle and Joshua. You're up rather early today. Did you come to buy a pair of new shoes? Now that you mention it, are there any new ones in stock? You know, like the newest Stregas?
Unbelievable. You've actually already forgotten why we came in here to begin with. We're not here to shop. We're supposed to be buying a copy of the liberal news for Dad, right?
Of course.
You've always been a big collector of those shoes, haven't you, Estelle? I'm afraid that the new Stregas aren't out yet. And if you're after the latest issue of the liberal news, though, I should have them around noon.
Noon, huh? That's right in the middle of our training at the guild.
We'll stop by again after our training is over. Sure, I'll be waiting for you. Alright, I guess we're going straight to the guild. Recipe book. That's weird. What's the actual... Okay. Yeah. There's save? Yeah, there is. Okay, let's go to the guild.
There you two are. Good morning, Estelle. Good morning, Joshua. Morning, Aina.
Good morning.
Is Shara here already? Yes, she's waiting for you upstairs. Once you finish today's training, you'll finally be recognized as members of the Bracer Guild. Good luck to both of you.
Thanks. We'll do our best. Alright, let's go talk to our teacher, Shara. I also really like the hand-drawn art for the text boxes. It's really cool. The Star and the Hangman, the Hermit and the Magician, and last of all, inversion through the Wheel of Fortune. This is a difficult combination. information. How should I interpret this? Is she doing the Arcana? Good morning, Shara. Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua, this is a rare occasion for the both of you to show up so early. Since this is my last day of training, I figured, why not? I'm ready to get this show on the road and become a bracer myself. I'll give you credit for your enthusiasm, but I'm going to work you hard today in every way I can think of to make sure that high-spirited attitude of yours holds up. I hope you're ready. I can feel the enthusiasm dropping already. Quiet, you. Every time I teach you something, you somehow manage to forget it. This training is a way of trying to keep some of that information in your head instead of letting it dribble out of your ears like it usually does. Joshua, Shara's picking on me. Don't worry, Shara. While Estelle may hate studying and rarely ever does her homework, acts rashly, is overly naive, and has a tendency to stick her nose into everything. Her instincts are sharp, so I'm sure she'll pick up on how to use an ornament with some practice. Eventually. Probably. I guess there's no much I can do now except hope for the best. Hold on a sec, Joshua. Somehow I get the feeling that you weren't standing up for me. Well, that's odd. I'm positive I described all of your best traits accurately. Whatever. By the way, Shara, what were you trying to predict with your tarot cards? Your face is really intent. Oh, this? I was just trying to get a vague reading about what might happen in the near future. Unfortunately, I don't seem to have been in the right mindset to interpret the cards correctly. You couldn't read the cards? Now that's surprising to hear. Actually, the more profound the meaning of the cards, the more difficult they become to interpret. But that's not important now. I think it's time we start your final training. I'll give you a brief rundown of all the information we've covered in your previous training. This is the minimum level of knowledge that bracers should have in order to function effectively. And Estelle, make sure you pay especially close attention to what I'm going to say. Yeah. Oh, about ornaments. Ornaments are mechanical devices which operate by using what is known as orbital energy. A variety of effects can be produced depending on their structure and the type of quartz process septium installed. Although it's only been about 50 years since their invention, these devices play an integral role in all facets of life, from lights, heaters, and other everyday products to weapons, magic, and even airships. In connection, this technological freeform is commonly known as the Orbital Revolution. Bracers are investigative and combat specialists who work to protect civilians and maintain the stability of their respective regions. They aid the community in various ways, such as exterminating monsters, preventing crime, finding lost items, and escorting people and goods. The Bracers Guild, which has established branches across the continent, manages the affairs of the bracers in each region. The Kingdom of Liberal? I want to say liberal, but it's liberal. The Kingdom of Liberal, in which we live, sits on the western half of the Zemuria continent and abounds with nature and deep-rooted traditions. Liberal is proud to be one of the leading producers of septium on the continent and is known for its high level of technology used to develop ornaments. Ornament technology has also been a key pillar of support for Liberal in protecting its independence as it has contended with neighboring nations. 10 years ago, when Liberal was invaded by the Erebonian Empire, it was the use of orbital-powered airships that saved the kingdom from defeat. Consequently, even now, our relationship with the Empire is somewhat sensitive, but thanks to the Queen's political finesse, Liberal enjoys peace. Let's see, since we got a mountain of stuff to do today, I'll let you off the hook this time with a condensed review. I'm going to speed things up now and move on to the practical portion of your training. Shara? How is today's practical training any different from the training we've done before? Since it's practical, the
That means you will be experiencing things firsthand. Therefore, I'm going to have the both of you run through everything as if it were a real bracer job. So what you're saying is, there won't be any studying at a desk involved? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. This time you'll have to go out and make a physical effort to accomplish your task. I'll make sure to have you work up a sweat, so I hope you're ready. Yes, that's seriously just what the doctor ordered. I didn't know I was going to do it if I had to sit another day with my tush parked on the desk. I guess I got all worked up for nothing, all worried for nothing.
Well, suddenly you're all bright and cheerful, Estelle.
Let's just hope that smile of yours on your face lasts until the end of today's training. Okay, let's get cracking on your first objective, shall we? Let's have at it. Your first objective will be to confirm the details of the job you'll be performing. But before that, there's something that we need to give the both of you. Aina, are they ready? Yes, they are. Alright, you two. Get one from each of yourselves. Get one for each of yourselves. These are very important, so make sure not to lose them.
Bracer notebook.
Bracer notebooks serve as the official way to record the status of your current jobs. Also, anything you may hear or anything you may find and wear. These kinds of trivial things can often become clues. No matter how insignificant something may seem, always write it down.
Understood.
Crap, this sounds like it's going to be a pain. Oh? Please tell me it was my ears playing tricks on me, because I swear I only got one response. I'm sure there were two. Keep an accurate account of all events is an important duty for all bracers. So, get with the program and stop trying to make this out to be more than it really is, Estelle. Okay, I got it. Make sure you do. Alright then, let's begin. Look over by the door. You can see that there's a bulletin board standing there. First, I want you to go and check the job description posted there.
When the bulletin board is approached, okay, press the X button. Gotcha. This training will involve searching the sewers beneath Roland and bringing back the contents of a chest. Gotcha. Details of the job confirmed on the bulletin board and other important events will be automatically recorded in your bracer notebook. The bracer notebook can be easily found by clicking on the Books tab of the Items menu. It can also be accessed by holding the triangle button and pressing the left button.
Very good. It looks like you were able to see what was posted without any trouble. Checking the bulletin board is one of the most basic functions a bracer performs on their job. Checking regularly to see whether or not there are any urgent tasks which may need immediate attention is also an important duty for bracers. Man, all this talk about duty is starting to cramp my style.
Sure, there are a lot of rules to follow, but there's an equal level of responsibility in the job themselves. I think being a bracer calls for much more than just someone with a half-hearted attitude.
I guess you're right. I just have to be more motivated. Had a change of heart, have you? You betcha. Well, before all that motivated sneaks off somewhere, let's get to work on your next task.
What will we be doing this time?
We'll be heading across the street to Mr. Melder's Opal factory and learning about how to use its services. He has graciously taken time out of his work schedule to explain things, so make sure to be on your best behavior. Okay.
Alright, so
here's where you will learn how to use an Orbital Factory services. At an Orbital Factory, you can modify your orbaments and synthesize support parts in order to use orbital arts. Arts have a wide range of effects and, if mastered, can be extremely helpful. The bracer business is a pretty risky occupation, so the guild has had a long-standing relationship with the Orbital Factories. Anyways, this is about as much as I can explain. I'll leave the technical details to the expert. So, Mr. Melders, if you wouldn't mind taking over from here.
no problem. Leave everything to me. So, what is it you would like to know about? Quartz are circuits made with sepith. Quartz have a vast number of effects and raise the owner's abilities while simultaneously
making it possible for them to use arts. However, you will not be able to harness any of these effects until quartz has been installed into a slot. However, there are also fixed slots in which only a certain type of elemental quartz can be installed. This being the case, when you synthesize a new quartz, be sure to check your ornament and decide where you will be installing it ahead of time. So what is it you would like to know about? Sepith are fragments of septium which are dropped by monsters. They are divided into 7 types: earth, water, fire, wind, time, space, and mirage. Sepith can be exchanged for mirror almost anywhere, but at the Orbital Factory it can be used to synthesize quartz and to open ornament slots in which to install the synthesized quartz. So what is it you would like to know about Orbital Arts? Simply put, Orbital Arts are magic which can be discharged exclusively through the use of battle ornaments. In other words, a number of peculiar effects can be produced by using the orbital energy stored within these mechanical devices. Since Orbital Arts can be a mouthful, they are almost universally referred to as arts. Probably ought to be called that from the get-go. There are several types of arts, but in order to be able to use them, the corresponding quartz must be first synthesized at an Orbital Factory. Ornaments are also set up so that once a particular quartz is installed into a slot, the owner will be able to use those arts. The type of art that one can also change is depending on the elemental value and the combination of installed quartz. Basically, if you want to use water arts, all you have to do is install quartz with the water elemental value. In reality, ornaments are much more complex than I have described, but I think this information should suffice for now.
So basically, if I want to use any kind of magic, I just need to equip the ornament that has that.
So what is it you would like to know?
Ornaments.
Ornaments are mechanical devices which exhibit an array of effects through the installation of various types of quartz. By definition, that means that the lights, airship engines, and so on are also types of ornaments. However, the ones that we will be discussing today are battle ornaments, which enhance the user's physical abilities and makes it possible to use magic. Since each ornament is adjusted to match the owner's personal aptitude, the structures for these devices also differ for each owner. Simply put, the shape of the fixed elemental slots and lines which connect them vary. At any rate, that's the layman's explanation. In order to install quartz, you must first have an open slot. By default, the central slot is open, but the other slots must be opened at an Orbital Factory, like this. It'll take a fair amount of Sepith too. EP, which is needed for magic, will also see a max increase according to the number of open slots. I recommend opening them all as soon as possible. So, what is it you'd like to know? Oh, we're done.
It looks like Mr. Melders has answered all your questions. If there's nothing else, then let's have you both try and use the services here. For that, you're going to need some Sepith.
See several of each type of elemental Sepith. With that amount,
you should be able to synthesize a few quartz. Now I want you to begin by first making elemental quartz that will work with each of your particular ornaments. In your case, Estelle, any elemental quartz is okay, but for you, Joshua, it has to be a time elemental quartz. Normally at a shop, you'll be able to exchange Sepith for mirror, but for this training, you will not be able to use this service.
Upon approaching the counter, talk to Mark will appear, press X. Ah, okay. Alright. So far, this is Legends of... what is it called? Legends of Heroes, Trials in the Sky. So, if you want to see me continue playing this game, please comment in this video and let me know. I appreciate all the feedback that you guys give me, and I really hope that you want to see this because this game seems interesting and I like to play it through. So I will be checking the comments regularly, and I hope you enjoyed the video.